What's up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take NBA DFS podcast. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man, fresh off the PGA Wise stream with Brew Medic. Now he's doing the NBA thing for the first look for the nation, because he's a man of the people, and more importantly, a man of the nation. Cash, how you doing, bro?
I just closed out. I got to close. I got windows galore up here for golf. I'm closing them out, and I closed out DraftKings when I had a dummy lineup that I really liked on there. And I won't get it back because
you should have finished it, man. That was yeah. You should have finished.
No, I mean, it asked me, do I want to leave? And I pressed leave. Like an idiot, and then I was like, "Oh, there's a lineup back there. I forgot." I just got like 50 windows of golf open. So,
man,
got to get rid of them, and that sucked.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I gotta go.
Hopefully,
back,
I can. It.
I gotta watch. First of all, you guys smashed. Like, you and Brew, awesome fucking job, dude. Like, I know I've been telling you guys all week, but phenomenal first week for golf, man. The members were all happy. They all won money. Y'all won money. It was an awesome thing. And then, like, you had like the ultimate tweet today that was like just made it like, oh shit, I gotta find out who this. You tweeted that there's a new god, and you were gonna unveil him on the PGA Y stream. So when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, I got to know who this is. So I haven't watched the Y stream yet. I'm gonna go back and watch it when we're done with this. But awesome job with the golf, man. Awesome job. Just smashed.
Golf is beautiful. Golf is beautiful for sure.
Yeah. I'll be hopping on this. I didn't play the first week. I've been busy with a few things. I will not miss the train. I will not miss the boat. I will be on that. I would throw me a golf team. I'm gonna look at your shit and golf and brew shit, and I'm gonna make me watch that show. I'm gonna make me some golf teams, and I recommend y'all do the same. At wisestate.com, you get the all sports package. You will already have access to the golf. If not, we do sell. We have a golf season pass up, and we also have the golf weekly pass. Go check it out. Don't miss it. Lock is Thursday morning, right? Thursday morning?
Yeah. I think it's noon, actually, our time. It's in Cali this week.
Oh, not bad. Noon, that's not bad. I'm used to them golf locks at like 7 or 6 in the morning, in which...
Yeah, that's when it is over here, yeah 7 in the morning.
Yeah, wild. Anyway, quick shout out to Stevie Brown, man. He did the GPP article while you were doing the golf thing today, Cash, and he did an awesome job, man. Wrote up the game stack at a OKC game. I know, there was some popular things, but he did write up land. He was really strong on land. Took a stand there, and a lot of, props to Stevie. He normally writes the cash game articles a few days a week. He alternates with BK, but he wrote the first GPP article today. He's going to be doing that once a week for us, and did an awesome job. So shout out to Stevie Brown. You can find him on Twitter at Stevie Brown DFS.
I just told you before the show that I had a feeling on Lynn today, but I couldn't pull. I couldn't pull the trigger. I could. I just loved Jokic today. I wanted Jokic and Curry on my team, but I had a feeling on Lynn. The minutes have been down. I knew he was going to be pretty low owned.
Yeah.
And man, that guy against Steven Adams, who just don't want to take guys against. At least I don't. But yeah, that was impressive for sure.
Yeah, man.
And that's why you should never project blowouts. Like, no, blowout. No, Atlanta whipped that ass.
Yeah, Atlanta whipped that ass. And every other team that was not supposed to be in a quote unquote blowout got blown out. Except for, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Nuggets got the ass whooped.
Jimmy Butler, my Jokic and Jimmy Butler got destroyed by the blowout.
Yeah, Jimmy Buckets was about, he didn't even, I mean, it's true, man. Joel Embiid, first of all, is hilarious. My man is hilarious. Immediately wrote the tweet. That was funny. I recommend y'all check out. I think it was his Instagram, Joel Embiid, or some shit. I saw it on Twitter. I don't have Instagram, but it was pretty funny. I retweeted that shit. Jimmy Buckets, man, he was on his way to do the dirty. He was. I scaled back off. I scaled off him a little bit because I did eventually get concerned. I talked to Paulie a little bit, and I did get concerned about the blowout at some point. So I kind of shifted. I'm actually having a decent night so far. Not as good as I thought it was gonna be. I just had this Bulls game fairly low ownership, and I'm ready to go. I had the game stack of the OKC Atlanta, and then this game kind of sucks. It's just not much going on, but we'll see. But all in all, man, it was more of the same. And when the chalk goes off, it's going to be high scoring nights. And the Atlanta and OKC game was pretty chalky. And if you took a chance on,
especially the OKC side.
yeah, absolutely. And like if you do what Cash did, like Cash took a chance on ownership, man. Had the Hawks game blown out, and the Denver game, and I'm sure you got all those guys low on Cash. Like I'm sure all those dudes were extremely low on. Like had that game stayed close and gone off, like you would have competed with a much smaller field than the rest of the people in those tournaments. So
I play Schroeder though. Like that was a lock.
Of course,
Jimmy Butler and Schroeder are locks for me personally.
Yeah,
I'm not fading. Oh man, I love Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
He just let you. He let Mr. Cat the P know.
He did.
You can't win without me, motherfucker.
Yes.
You will not win without me. I will beat you with anybody. I'll go get 4 guys out of Winn-Dixie, putting stuff in bags, and whip your ass. Because that's me. Because I got it right here. You got it down there because you're pink down there, bro. That's where you pink at. I got it right here, bro. That's Jimmy Butler. I love that guy.
That's where he's pink. I like that.
He is pink down there. Jimmy Butler let him know straight up. Straight up, bro.
And Cat and Wiggins verified that. Like this was their opportunity to like really take it to Butler. Like, he talked all that shit when he got traded and told everybody like everybody knew the story that he beat him with the scrubs. Then when he went to Philly, he straight up said like, you know what the funny thing is, the best part about that is I didn't take one shot. He was like still going instead of like dropping it and moving on. He was letting them know, yes, you guys are you know what's. And yeah, man.
And I heard in that practice when he was dominating him, he just kept saying, "You can't win without me. You won't win without me. You can't win without me." He just let him know, man, straight up.
I hope
I'm gonna let you know straight to your grill.
If there was ever
you suck.
If there was ever like a game or a situation where they should mic somebody up, this was the game. Like I would have loved to have heard his brother was saying that.
Wiggins, oh yeah, all of them. Mic them up.
That would have been awesome. That would have been phenomenal.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler smashed his little side piece over there. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I've heard that.
I've heard that too.
That Jimmy Butler just let him know there too. I'm better than you in the bedroom too, dude. Because you pink down there. I got stamina. I'm strong.
All right. Let's move on.
Jimmy Butler is that dude.
He is that dude.
Period.
No doubt about it. Let's move on to the Thursday slate. We have an 8-game slate, so a couple more games. I like this. We've had 6, 8. I like this range. This is nice. Usually Wednesday we have this massive 10 to 12 game slate. We only got an 8 one. That gives us options, but not too many options. I'm digging it. We have some interesting games. We have James Harden is priced up on both sites finally. I think he's $14K on FanDuel, right, Cash? $14K? And he's
so is. And AD is 13.7.
Now, that's the interesting thing on DraftKings. They did raise Harden to 13, but Anthony Davis is still only 11.8, so he's still under 12. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy on that end with Anthony Davis. But Eric Gordon is actually questionable. And on the flip side, I think Danuel House is gone now, right? I don't think he's going to be there. The 2-way contract. He couldn't come to an agreement, and so it's said that he's going to remain with the G League team. And so then there was a report that they're expected to sign somebody else. So I guess for this game, I'm not. It's possible that they can change their mind, but it seemed doubtful for that sense. And the game's going to be soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they already sent him down.
Right. So interesting situation there, and also Brooklyn happens to be a terrible defense, but a team that does hang around in games. They have a ridiculous. They play a lot of close games. So on top of that, we have the ultimate game stack of all game stacks in the New Orleans visiting Golden State. That sounds pretty awesome. AD and Randall going up against Golden State, who have been terrible against centers so far this year. Drew Holiday's got amazing history against them. And it's a positive. Yeah,
it's a positive coming out of Denver on a back-to-back, going back home. So that's good for New Orleans.
Absolutely. Catching them on a back-to-back coming out of Denver, absolutely. So interesting slate we have here, man. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and dive in. Take a look at point guards from your cash. You're looking at FanDuel and looking at DraftKings. You stay above 6K. I'll stay above 5 on DraftKings. What you got?
Dame. I thought Dame. Hold on. How many shots did this man take? 27 shots, 12 threes. I'm off Dame at this particular moment. He had a good fourth quarter to get there, but no, I can't pay 10-1 for Dame. Why would I do that when you play Steph Curry? But Dame will be lower on the Steph Curry tomorrow, but I do like Steph Curry a lot. I love that game, of course. Kyrie Irving at 8-9. That would never touch my lineup in a million years. That's it above 6. I think Derek White is decent, but I don't like 6-1. I don't like 6-1. It's Steph up here for the most part.
Yeah, I think I'll save some of the guys that are, like Mitchell and Harden for shooting guard. But Steph Curry, absolutely at 10-1. A little bit worried of that situation we just talked about with them coming out of Denver on a back-to-back. He's a shooter, but it is Steph Curry, one of the best shooters in the game. In this game, if it does go off, it's hard to imagine one of Durant and Steph, if not both, going off. So I do like Curry. And then Dame Lillard, man, I like that. It's Cleveland. You always got to be concerned with Cleveland because they're terrible, but they've been awful against point guards all year. Damian Lillard looks like he's starting to get it back together. He hasn't quite had that ceiling game, but he's been picking up the pace for a little bit. He was getting like 30s on a regular, which is not good, but he's seems to be elevating from 40, 45, 47. So I do think that at 9-1, Dame is interesting, and I wonder what the ownership's going to look like tomorrow.
What's the price? What's the price difference with Dame and Steph on DK?
What is it? 1,100. So Dame is 9 and Curry is 10-1.
On FanDuel, Dame is 100 more.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't even catch that. I didn't even realize that.
Steph is 10.
Wow.
So yeah, I would much rather play him on DK. But Dame should be low owned on FanDuel if you want the ownership game, which I wanted the other day against Sacramento.
Yeah, absolutely. After that, I'm with you. I don't see a ton that I love. I think Elfrid Payton is interesting on DraftKings. I always like to play Elf more on DraftKings because when Elf does ceiling out, it's usually with a double-double or triple-double or something like that, and that's where I'd want to take advantage. The problem with Elf is they still got the training wheels on him a little bit. He's playing like 24, 28, 27, 29. He's not always closing. Like, he'll go in the last 40 seconds of the game, So there's some concerns there, but we know when he was with Orlando, he's had a couple big games against Golden State. So at 5'7", he's in the conversation. Aside from that, Cash, take us down to Value Town.
Yeah, his second game back, he got up to Elf. He got up to 33, 34 minutes, and then it came back down after that. He hasn't hit 30 since. I think he got 29 his last game, or 29 or 30 against the Clippers. But I like the price at 5'6" when I really like the game. So Elfrid Payton at 5'6", I could definitely get behind that. Reggie Jackson is one of the worst players in the NBA. You want Reggie Jackson in a great matchup at 5'3"? Do your thing. That man would never touch my lineup, ever. Never, ever. I hope Shabazz returns. I would like to play Shabazz again, but we'll see on that. Van Fleet is a game-time decision, huh? I hope DSJ misses. Please, DSJ, just go away, please. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Van Fleet missed the last game. If Van Fleet doesn't play, maybe I could have a little interest in Lowry at a pretty cheap price. Patrick Beverley has been playing a lot of minutes recently. The price is coming up on FanDuel at 4 or 5, but I got a little interest there. I don't love the game, but I like it much better that it is at home. Brandon Forbes at 4-3. I would probably play him over White, but White definitely has a bigger upside. It's just almost a $2,000 price difference. Oh yeah, and Ish Smith is back. That's right. Yep. Oh man, Reggie Jackson. Don't ever play him. That's probably it. Unless I wanted to punt with Sean Livingston in a game that I love at 3-6, and maybe he's a drop score. Patty Mills, also Patty Mills. Patty Mills has been playing well recently, so at 3.8, I like that.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, no, I'm with you. I don't see a ton that I love either. I see some viable options, but nothing that I'm like totally sold on. Not in comparison to like what we just saw up top. But on DraftKings, you can imagine because like I see guys that you don't see that yet at point guard. Like on DraftKings, I see like Harden, Drew Holiday. I have a lot of guys up there, and coming down here just does not seem like something I want to do on DraftKings right now. Maybe something opens up, but we do have a couple viable guys. You mentioned Patty Mills; he's been playing a lot better lately, taking advantage of Rudy Gay being out. And also Shelvin Mack. We know Kyle Anderson is going to be out, and last time he did okay. DraftKings only raised him up to 3.8. He only played 23 minutes, but he did put up 26. So he played kind of played well in those times.
When Anderson got hurt, didn't he? I think Anderson got hurt in the Miami game. He got 28.
He got 28 that day, right? And maybe it was more matchup. That's why he only played 23. I'm not sure. Probably because it was Harden. They were probably trying to do whatever they could to stop Harden. Which didn't work. But,
of course not.
Of course not. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like there's guys like Forbes. There's some guys here that are in the conversation, but nobody that's just really excited about it after looking at like what we have up top. Shooting guards, Kaz, what you got over there?
Well, somebody tweeted me yesterday that I'm just gonna play James Harden until he's 20K. I was like, I don't think that they ever raise his price enough to not play him. Is 14K enough? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to play a guy at 14K. He needs 70 at least. Is he going to get 70 tomorrow if this game stays close? I would almost guarantee it. But I mean, I want to play him. I haven't, since Chris Paul has been out, I played James Harden every single day except the Memphis day, the previous one a couple weeks ago. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to fade him again here against Memphis to see how this works. Did not work. I will not fade James Harden again. As long as Gordon is out, or Paul is out, as long as Gordon is out as well, I'm not going to fade James Harden. So I'm going to play James Harden at 14K and hope that people are scared off of 14K. And his ownership is a little down. Donovan Mitchell is a phenomenal play at this particular moment. If like I could definitely that's what I did the other day. I played Donovan Mitchell over James Harden. Donovan Mitchell playing point guard, he just has like his floor isn't down there in the 20s no more, like where he could go out and just screw you. Like his floor is much higher and his ceiling is much higher. Against the Clippers, who I love to attack every day at every position. I love attacking Clippers. I could definitely see myself playing Donovan Mitchell over James Harden tomorrow if James Harden is still going to be popular, if James Harden is going to be low-owned. But then I also love Luka. I love Luka a lot more if DSJ is out again. But Luka is a star. He is a superstar. He will be a top 5 player in this league for a long time, and he will be the best international player to ever play in this league. The guy is a freak. And people forget that he's 19. 19. He's a kid. He's still a baby. He's out there in diapers, dominating these grown men. The guy is so good. I love him. I love all 3 of them top point shooting guards on FanDuel. Oh, I love them. I wish I could play all 3 of them. Drew Holiday, I have been fading. He played really well the last game. It's a great matchup for him, but I don't like him near as much with Elfrid Payton back. I can't play DeMar DeRozan, even though he does have 6-point upside and 20-point floor. He's a great GPP play every single day. Man, this position is deep. Holy crap. I love D'Angelo Russell, too. If Napier is out, then D'Angelo Russell is a far better play. If Napier is out, if Napier is in, he's not as good a play. But man, oh man. Well, how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shooting guards from D'Angelo Russell up are all phenomenal plays. Oh, what? Patrick McCall is 7.5. Are you kidding me? CK, how much is Patrick McCall on DK?
How much is who?
Patrick McCall.
McCall is 3.2 on Drive.
This guy is 7.5.
Is he really?
On FanDuel. 7.5, dude. Like, what the hell?
Wow.
This is my son's favorite player in the NBA.
Wow.
My son's favorite player in the NBA is Patrick McCaw because he loves his name for some stupid reason. I can't tell you why. But this guy should never in his life be 7'5", ever, no matter what. And okay, FanDuel, great job there. Great job. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Great job. That's it. I can't go down here to none of these guys down here. Like, I can't play Lou. Like, stay at the top on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Just stay at the top.
Man, I think that, okay, so not only is the price up on Harden, but we also have a lot of other options. So I think the ownership on Harden isn't going to be like anything crazy. I mean, I expect him to be above like a certain percentage, like I think maybe around 30% at least.
Yeah, but he's not going to beat at
Right,
60%
right,
that
exactly.
he could touch when he
Exactly.
was cheaper.
Right, yeah, 100%. He's not going to be as high. And on DraftKings, because AD is more affordable, and I think people compare, or like they use him like as like comparable for upside, because he just dropped 80 something the other day. I think on DraftKings, I can see people settling with Curry or Drew Holiday, who I really like, or any of these other guys, even Klay Thompson if they're going to that game, Donovan Mitchell, like you said, instead of Harden and settling with Anthony Davis. So that'll be an interesting scenario. It's Brooklyn; they're terrible. Like he could absolutely go for 100 in this game, even if Gordon is back. The way this man is playing right now, it's just insane. But he is expensive, so it's going to depend on what pieces you could fit around him at the end of the day, because we do have a lot of depth at shooting guard. So if Harden doesn't go for 80, say he goes for even 70 at these prices, if we can get like a 50 to 60 out of a Drew Holiday, out of a Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry, then maybe Harden wasn't worth it on this particular slate. So those are the things we got to look into tomorrow. But as far as tournaments, I do like Drew Holiday a lot. He's got good history against Golden State. He's only 8-2 on DraftKings. And like there's guys under him. Like I said, Klay Thompson at 6'5". This is good. Just gonna be a very fast paced game. It's gonna be a lot of scoring, I would imagine. Don't love the shooters on back to backs out of Denver and all that, but for now, I mean, like D'Angelo Russell, like you said, he's 7-3 over here. Really not that bad considering he just went for 50 against Boston, whatever it was.
Yeah, if Napier is out, he's a very good player.
Yeah, yeah. So we do have a lot of options. Take us down to Value Town Cash. I don't know.
But the James Harden AD thing, it's a little different on DK than
yes,
FanDuel.
very.
FanDuel, they're close.
Yes.
They're $300 apart. On DK, like James Harden's ownership is going to be lower on DK for sure because that's the most popular game of the night. I mean, anybody knows this. Like the most popular game tomorrow is New Orleans Golden State. Period. So with all that savings, AD is going to be much higher on than James Harden on DK. So if you want to pull that trigger, man, be my guest. I love getting low-owned guys with high ceilings. But as far as ceilings, I don't think there's a man in the NBA that has a ceiling that AD has.
Yeah.
Not even James Harden. Like James Harden is a guard. There's a difference. Like AD could get 7 blocks and 5 steals tomorrow. No problem. Like that could happen. And just go off everywhere else. AD has the highest ceiling, in my opinion, in the NBA. And that's just the way it is. But James Harden is a great play, always.
I feel like
Value. If Eric Gordon is a game time decision. So if Eric Gordon plays, that makes James Harden not as good of a play.
Right.
Because he's not going to be the entire, the man is literally the entire offense. And the other reason why I wanted to fade him was Capella. Like, Capella being out made some want to play James Harden more. Capella being out hurts James Harden. It hurts his assists. Like, James Harden go to the basket and just throw it up to Capella. That's gone. You're not going to the basket and throwing it up to Nene. So the assist floor just disappears. Not disappears because he has the ball all the time. He has the entire offense. Right. But there is no 15 assist game without Capella on the court if it's Nene. He's not throwing it up to Nene. There's no guy out there. He can just go to the basket and say, here you go get it.
Right.
There's not a guy on Houston no more that can do that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Capella being out hurts James Harden. If Eric Gordon plays and Capella out, James Harden's not near as good of a play because James Harden will say, here you go, bro. I'm going to take off for a couple of plays. Go do your thing, Eric Gordon, because there's not another guy on the court that James Harden trusts to do that. He doesn't trust Rivers to do that. Nobody else on the court. He'll just say, here, I'm going to go stand in the corner and you do your thing. You feel me on that, CK?
Yeah, absolutely. And
okay, so I mean that makes a big difference.
No. It does, and I also think that on FanDuel, like it comes down to like how deep is the position, and I get the feeling like shooting guard is really really deep. I know they're closer in price over there, but like power forward is just never as deep as a shooting guard is. Like not with that kind of ceiling upside. Like on DraftKings it may be deep because you're looking more for point per dollar on mid tier guys, but on FanDuel when you're going stars and scrubs, like it's very very hard to find somebody who can come anywhere close to what Anthony Davis is most likely going to do. So. Like I think on both sides right now, to me, it's looking like Anthony Davis. Like I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow, but I don't know. That's where I'm at.
I mean, and even though Golden State is coming off of out of a Denver game on a back-to-back, they could still blow out New Orleans. New Orleans is not that good of a team.
Yes, they are not a good team.
To be perfectly honest, so they could. Yeah. And Brooklyn, I would say, I would give Brooklyn a better chance of keeping the game close than I would New Orleans.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still gonna love the New Orleans games over that.
Yeah, it's harder to actually, when you just look at the game value, when you take out the blowout risk, like you want that game so bad, even though the other one may have a better chance of, giving you the fantasy results you're looking for. I know what you mean. I feel you on that. Take us down to Value Town. I think that's where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Gordon is there. If he plays, like I already said, that does hurt James Harden, but I'm not sure if he's gonna play or not. It's hard to want to play any of these guys down here because the top is so good. It's just beautiful up there. So I'm completely off of anybody down here. Maybe Kyle Korver I could get behind. With all these point guards out, which they're all going to be out tomorrow again. If Marcus Smart is out again, you could play Jaylen Brown, but that's not the greatest matchup against Toronto. I just can't play any of these guys down here. I gotta stay up there at the top. I can't play Austin Rivers, even though you could get 40 minutes of 5K. No way. And if Eric Gordon comes back, it hurts him as well. It hurts all of them. Nah, man. Just stay up at the top. Whatever you do, don't play Patrick McCall at 7-5, though. I don't know where that came from, but whew.
We saw that the other day, too. What's his name? The guy that...
Yeah, with whatever the hell his name was. I don't have no idea who he even was. At least I know who Patrick McCall is.
Yeah, true.
Patrick McCall can play. He just wanted too much money. Yeah. Golden State sitting. You crazy, dude? Yeah. And nobody else wanted to sign him.
Yeah, true that. True story. I'm with you, man. I think that anybody on DraftKings, anyone that I would have liked at that shooting guard, I probably will save them for small forward. I just don't see this. So far, guard is not looking like a position that I want to punt too badly. So let's go over to small forwards. What do you see over there?
Big D. With AD and Harden on the slate, and Big D being on a back-to-back, failing today, and playing Memphis, he's going to be very low owned. Very low owned. And you can save $1,100 on Kevin Durant in the best game of the night. You could save money on Kawhi and play him, but Big D is going to be super low owned. So if you want to fade one of those two, or both of them, and just play Big D and hope both of them fail for some god crazy reason, but it's not going to happen. But maybe both of them fail, and you get Big D super low owned with massive upside, but bad matchup. Very slow paced. Gasol might miss, maybe. I'm not sure. If he does, it opens up the lane for Big D and definitely could go off here. But KD is a much better play. I don't know who I like more at this particular second, KD or Steph, but I like both at this particular second. So love him. I'm not going to be playing Kawhi. I'm not going to be playing Gallo. Ingles is a game time decision that's very big for me because that would just put the ball in Mitchell's hands even more. That would also raise O'Neal, who's playing out of his mind at this particular moment. I mean, what did O'Neal get last game? Oh, he came back down to earth because O'Neal is not the player that he showed the two previous games. He is not that good. He's playing a ton of minutes, but he is not that good. But he's a much better play if Ingles is out, and especially Crowder, of course. That's it. That's it above 6K.
Yeah, looking over here, I think that Kevin Durant stands out. I'll talk about Giannis in a sec, but Kevin Durant does stand out. He's under 10K. He's 9-8. We talked about him the back to back, all that shit already. But it's New Orleans. They're terrible against everybody. But in particular, like, this is a game where Durant and Curry have both had success in the past, and Durant at 9-8 is the most appealing to me by far. Like, just on the eye test, looking at these options and these matchups. Giannis, you could make a case for. I think you're right, Kaz. I think his ownership is going to be like extremely low. And
5%.
yes, and even if Gasol does play, this is an awesome rebounding spot. Memphis, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So I think Giannis's floor is extremely high. The question is, where's the ceiling at? And that's gonna give you some concern. But from an ownership standpoint, there's a lot of leverage there with Giannis. But it comes with some risk because it is Memphis, and he's not a James Harden get to the free throw line 50 fucking times type of player, nor is he a perimeter shooter. And Memphis does, they are supposedly known for their defense, although Harden is matchup proof, so you can't really compare. But KD's looking like the standout guy right now. I'm okay with Doncic and DeRozan and these guys, but like the games don't really compare to the games that to that New Orleans game still. So it's hard to get off of a KD in that spot when he's not that much more expensive than those guys. After that, I don't see anybody that I really love. I mean, with Kyrie, assuming Kyrie's back, I don't think I want to go to Tatum at 6'6", coming off a massive game. Ingles, I could go to against the Clippers. I think that's a good call. He's 5'9" on DraftKings. I can get into that. Marcus Morris, I always prefer on FanDuel. We'll talk about that at Power Forward, I'm sure. But I don't see a ton that I love here. Maybe I hate that. I fucking hate this guy so much. But Gordon Hayward burned everybody so fucking bad. Like, his ownership's gotta be low. But the guy is just ass. He's because some guys are cash money, and my man here is ass money. It's just almost like I don't think I'm going to play Gordon. I don't want to say that because I don't want to have to eat those words later.
I mean, you can't say that because he can go off.
He can,
I mean,
but at this point,
I personally thought he was a fade. But
at this point to me,
he got 40-point upside.
But at this point to me, like, how often is he gonna go for 40 to where I gotta even play that game?
Very
You know
rare.
what I'm saying? So why even play that game?
Exactly.
Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a fade. Like, there was no way any of those Boston guys were touching my lineup except Rozier, of course, and Brown, of course.
Yeah.
Those were just easy. And then I wanted to get the two low on guys, and I chose Horford, which was a terrible mistake because Tatum, who is the best player on that team, like, I got into a argument in the Slack chat. Like, some of these guys are telling me that Kyrie Irving is a top three point guard. Like, what? Who? Where? Kyrie Irving is not a top 3-point guard. And I was telling them, like, I would rather have Rozier on my team. Like, this is not for the show, but I would personally have Rozier on my squad over Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is about Kyrie Irving, period. Kyrie Irving doesn't make any team better, ever. Kyrie Irving was great with LeBron. He wanted to go be his own man. He's his own man. He will never win in this league because Kyrie Irving is about Kyrie Irving. He will never make his team better, period. End of story. I'll move on. Let's go down to value time. Gordon Hayward is not a play. Hell no, because Kyrie Irving's going to come back. Kyrie Irving had his little game out. He wasn't hurt. He's pouting because he didn't get the last shot of the game because coach gave the shot to Tatum, who is a better player and who will be the future in Boston, while Kyrie Irving is going to hit the road. Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay is going to return tomorrow. Rudy Gay is not, like, I don't think that he's going to be limited in any way because it's a wrist, but like, they're playing so well without him. Like, maybe Pop doesn't want to just put him in there and just let him get his normal minutes, 25 to 30 minutes or whatever. Maybe he's going to limit him and keep playing his rotations that he's playing now. I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to watch that game and see what Pop does because the team is playing much better right now with Rudy Gay not playing. So that's interesting. Miritic, I went to yesterday as a low on option, and wow, the man put up a 2 for me. That was not good, but I think Miritic is going to be even lower on tomorrow in my favorite game. And eventually he will return to the starting lineup, I would think, but I don't see it happening tomorrow. But I do like him for super low ownership. The guy can come out and make 10 threes tomorrow and go off and grab a ton of rebounds. And I love that at low ownership. but he also got the 2 point floor because he just showed it. Gerald Green is probably going to start. When you say with House
I
out, I
think
would
so.
think Gerald Green would start.
Especially if Gordon's out.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. If Gordon plays, he definitely won't start. He'll still come off the bench, but he's a good play for sure. Mister 9.5, love 9.5 always. O'Neal is going to be a great play, especially if Ingles misses. Great play either way because the point guards, all 3 point guards, are still out tomorrow. Um, Evan Turner is a decent play. A better play if Harkless is out again. I do think Harkless is going to return tomorrow because I thought he was really close to returning the last game, but Turner is a decent play. Crowder is very good play, in my opinion. Etwan Moore is probably not for me. Darius Miller, I would probably rather punt with, but Darius Miller got a ton of blocks the last game. I just probably don't want either one, but they're in the best game of the night. Etwan Moore could catch fire from three, but I'd probably be off of that. Jay Crowder's a better play.
Yeah, looking at it over here, I think Royce O'Neal. I know he had a terrible game against Detroit, but he did play really well in the previous 2 games. I don't love the price of 4 or 5, but so far I haven't liked a ton of value. So against the Clippers, I'm kind of interested. Right, his pace up spot. He was getting there on peripherals anyway. He was taking a bunch of shots. So this seems like a little bit of a better matchup rather than Detroit. You mentioned Gerald Green. He's 4-3. Not a guy that I play a ton because I don't like to play that guessing game with House in it. But the House is gone, so now it's
I do.
yeah. But House is gone, so now it just leaves us with Green, and I think that
Like if Gordon is ruled out, isn't he chalk? He's chalk, right?
I would think so.
He's got to be
because of his price, unless some crazy value opens up elsewhere. I would think so. You know, especially for the guys that are playing Harden. But he is in the conversation, of course, against Brooklyn. Kuroix, if Brooklyn continues to be thin, I think he's power forward on FanDuel. We'll talk about him later over there. Let me ask you a question. How much is Caspi on FanDuel? Omri Caspi.
3-7.
3-7. I can do that again as a punt. I did that last time, and it actually worked out. I thought he was going to be my lowest score, and he wasn't. He got me a 22, and I had some other asshole who got me an even lower score than that. But on DraftKings, he's only 3-5. He played 25 minutes that game against Houston. And like he's a guy that we know is going to be active when he's out there for the most part. Depends on who he's out there with, but for the most part, coming off the bench, like he is a fairly active player. That's one thing we've always seen about him is he tries to make the most of his minutes. So if he's going to get another 25 minutes against Milwaukee at a pace-up spot this time, I can get me some of that, especially on FanDuel where it's punt city and that shitty ass.
Yeah,
position.
I like that on FanDuel.
Power forwards cash. What you got, bro?
You don't want to go to James Ennis with no house?
No.
AD 13-7. He definitely has the highest ceiling on the slate. Highest floor, I would go with James Harden, but AD has tremendous upside tomorrow. I love that FanDuel raised these prices. Please, you can raise them more for all I care because I punt every day, constantly. That's all I do. So yeah, please have a great game tomorrow, AD. I want 14-5. Let's see a 15K one day. Let somebody get up to 15K. Blake Griffin has a great matchup, but why play him when you can just play AD? He'll be lower owned for far less money. You can save 4K if you're down on that. Montrezl probably be off today against Utah, but I love Montrezl. Draymond Green, you suck, dude. But 7K. Great game. Oh, wow. I probably play Draymond tomorrow, and he's going to suck because that's what he does. But you got to like him. Can't play Jason Tatum with Kyrie back. And that's it above 6. Derek Favors maybe gets a few more minutes if Ingles is out. Maybe. That's a maybe. Big maybe.
Yeah, Anthony Davis on DraftKings should be very, very popular, considering he's only 11-8. So I do like it. Don't get me wrong. Right now, I don't see if I had to pick a team right now, he's the first guy that's on it. I think that after that, Randall in that same game is the next guy I'm looking at, and he's only 7-5 over here. I know Mirotic is back, but it's still Golden State. They're still struggling against centers. When he's on the court, he is playing center. So I could do that for Randall on DraftKings. After that, I do think that Favors is 5-3 on DraftKings first of all, and you get bonuses for double doubles, all that kind of shit. I do like Favors over here, especially if you're not playing Gobert. We'll talk about Gobert. They're both in great spots, but Favors is the backup center. So he's going to start off getting some power forward minutes, and then he's going to slide and get some center minutes against Harrell or whoever the hell it is they're going to put out there. So I know that his minutes aren't like totally high. If Ingles is out, even better. Like you said, maybe he plays a little bit more. But even if Ingles is in, like he's a guy that could get you 6 to 7x, even on 25 minutes if that's what he gets. And if he's doing well, they will let him play a little bit more. So I think that on DraftKings, how much is he over there? He's like in the 6s on FanDuel.
See, yeah, he's 6'2". Yeah. He's always above 6 on FanDuel. He's like normally around the 6K. Yeah. But he's always cheaper on DK, and he's always a better player.
He's always a guy that, like, when I'm playing both, if I want to play him, I play him on DraftKings. I just...
Yeah. Like, his absolute ceiling, I would say, is 40. Right.
And at FanDuel, that's just not enough.
A good game, yeah. I mean, it is if he got his absolute ceiling, but is he going to get his absolute ceiling? I highly doubt it. I don't think he's gotten 40 all year. But he could get 35, which... Is that enough on FanDuel for me? Not really. But at 5, what do you say, 5'2", 5'3"?
Yeah.
A 35 is plenty. So,
especially because on DraftKings, he's not going to cost you like you're not going to sacrifice anything. You can. There's so many different places you could play him. You know what I mean? Like like on FanDuel, you get 2 power forwards. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You get 2. So to take a guy that has a limited ceiling, at that kind of price. I'm with it. Take us out of value town. What you see down there? I'm assuming you're gonna want some punts. Trying to get in Anthony Davis over there at fucking almost 14K.
Aminu is decent. I really, really liked Aminu the last game, and he went out and did his thing against Sacramento. Like whenever he plays Sacramento, you're just playing any team that just gives up wide open threes constantly, super fast paced. Like you play Aminu. He's a great play, but I didn't play him because I couldn't get to him. There's other plays I like better. PJ Tucker is going to play massive minutes. Terrible floor, like a 5 floor, but he does have upside. JaMychal Green, I'm liking at this particular moment. His coach, I heard his coach talk about him in an interview. He's still not playing a ton of minutes, but if Jackson does get into foul trouble, like he can go get you a 40, no problem, at 4-7. Like, I would much rather take my chance on JaMychal Green getting me a 40 instead of Favors getting me a 40 at 6'2". And I get to save $1,500. So, yeah, I will go to JaMychal Green on FanDuel for that. How much is JaMychal Green on DK?
4.9, I think.
Is he like 4? Okay, good. That's thank you. Thank you, DK. Appreciate it. So I do like him on FanDuel. That's probably it. Like you said, Curricks or Ed Davis, you can go to either. But Houston without Capella will be playing much smaller. Like you could see some lineups with Harden at the 3. They will be playing smaller, so you have to pick your poison. Like I thought that Marc Gasol could have just killed them the other day, but that obviously didn't happen. Houston is going to be playing small because Nene can play 20 minutes tops. Like the guy, he's old. Just look at him. He looks like a grandpa out there. And they have nobody else behind them that is an actual center. Zach Collins, with the price coming back down, he does have upside at 3.8. Ersan Ilyasova is a decent player at 3.7, just not a lot of upside. That's pretty much it. Like I don't see none down here that I really like underneath. Well, I mean, Zach Collins and Leonard are decent, but JaMychal Green is probably the best play from a value standpoint.
Yeah, I think you mentioned JaMychal Green. He's only 4.9 over here against Milwaukee. Don't mind it. Only played 22 minutes. Wasn't thrilled about that. But Jaren Jackson could find himself in foul trouble if he is tasked with having to, cover Giannis. So that could lead to more minutes for Green. I think that PJ Tucker's in the conversation. I would imagine he's the one playing the 5 when they go small. I mean, who the fuck else is doing it, right? Like, so
You will.
at
I mean,
4-7,
they got Chris.
right?
They called up the big ugly white dude.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
right.
They got some guys.
Einstein. What is his name? Frankenstein. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, something. What a big ugly white dude. They called him up.
That's right. That's right. Aside from that, I think like Looney is interesting. You're always rolling the dice. Could get himself in foul trouble here against AD and Randall. But if he doesn't, he typically does a pretty good job. He's the starter, but you don't know what minutes he's going to get. Jay Crowder, we talked about. He's always in play. I don't see a ton that I love here. Maybe a Gary Clark or something like that. If House is gone, maybe Clark gets back in there. If Gordon is out, it's all risk. But there is one guy I want to ask you about on FanDuel. How much is Kem Birch on FanDuel?
I thought you were about to ask me about somebody else. Birch, he's 3.8.
Oh, okay. So I was hoping he was min price, but if you had other,
I mean, that's close.
If you had other punts that were like you were confident were gonna do well, and you could afford to take one super risky like drop score type punt, Birch would make sense, I would think. If you,
I think Mo Bamba has to be out, but I think he is doubtful.
Yes. I should. I'm glad you said that. Mo Bamba has to be out because otherwise he won't play at all.
But this kid can play though.
Yeah.
I like this kid.
Yeah, and there's blowout potential. I mean, either one of these teams could blow out the other. That's the kind of teams they are. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Detroit has been playing like ass.
Yeah, and the Magic, like they'll be the best team you ever seen one day, and they'll be the worst team you ever seen the next. That's just how they are. It's just what they do. It's just, so.
I mean, it's more with them. They play up and down to the competition,
right.
Yes, this is bit like. While Detroit has been sucking massive balls, like they still have Blake Griffin and Drummond on that side. Like that's a game that you get up for.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move it over to Centers Cast. What you see over there?
I wish I could see one dude and one dude only, but Golden State won't let that dude play today. Rudy Gobert could absolutely mash here. Like the dude is 9'9" though. I don't want to pay 9'9", but dude could definitely mash. Vooch could mash here as well. Like Drummond don't want to come away from that basket. Vooch can drain threes. Definitely can drain mid-range shots. Vooch I love every single day, no matter the matchup. But all three of those centers, like Drummond could dominate Vooch down low. All three of those top centers are good options. Nurkic, if he plays, he could dominate. Most likely, he doesn't play. He plays 25 minutes, 23 minutes, maybe even 20. Who the hell knows? Coach definitely despises this guy. Must have did something to Coach's daughter. I don't know. Coach hates Nurkic. Randall, 7'8". He's still in the starting lineup at this particular moment. Great play. If Mirotic plays really well, like it definitely could hurt Randall, but I mean, you can't make a lineup saying, "Oh, Mirotic's going to play great today," unless you play Mirotic and fade Randall, which you definitely can. I don't know if Gasol is going to play or not, but after watching the game against Houston, I don't know, man. I don't want to play that guy ever again. Tristan Thompson is decent. Brook Lopez, if Gasol does play, I like Brook Lopez. He's gonna shoot. He should have to play minutes. He's 5'4". He's never owned. He can go get you 35 or more. At 5'4", I always find interest in that. Boogie, I can't wait till you come back. Outside of that, it's probably Looney is the lowest I would go. Very fast-paced game. He's 4'8". I don't see he doesn't have a ton of upside normally, but he could pop today. It's a great matchup for him to pop, so you can go there. Old man Nene, I probably wouldn't do that unless I was just going to punt and cash or something. This guy just doesn't have huge upside, but it is a phenomenal matchup. Oh, my God. Yeah, you could punt Nene on FanDuel and drop him if he sucks. Great matchup. So
Vooch is a nice tournament pivot. off a lot of those guys. He does have history against Drummond. That he's had big games against Drummond. It makes sense. Drummond can't keep up with him on the perimeter.
He has big games against everybody.
Yes, he's Vooch.
Because Vooch is a stud.
He's a stud. So Vooch is a nice tournament pivot. Would be very low owned. With that said, it's hard to click Vooch when you have Rudy Gobert $400 cheaper going up against the Clippers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Rudy Gobert is cheap.
Rudy Gobert is 8.5 and Vooch is 8.9 over here. So very, very hard to do that. Yeah.
Gobert is 700 more. But Gobert is almost 10K today on FanDuel.
That's pretty wild. But on DraftKings, Gobert is looking pretty good. We talked about Randall. I agree with you on Nurkic. It's a minutes issue. I think DeAndre Jordan could play well against San Antonio. Just nothing to get excited about. What I really want to happen is I want Gasol out. He says he can't feel his hand. Give me Gasol out, and let's play some Joakim Noah.
Oh, that opens.
Let's play some.
That opens up.
Joakim Noah.
That opens up even more than Noah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
7 foot Jesus.
7 foot Jesus. Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
Against the donut? Against the donut?
Joakim Noah is one of my favorite players ever. I love guys with it here. Yeah. Not pink down there, but here. Joakim Noah is all here.
Oh, he's all there. He's all everywhere. He's all up here too. He
got one of the ugliest shots. His shot reminds me of Lonzo Ball, actually.
That's probably the worst thing you could say about a player's shot.
Yeah, so what does that say about Lonzo Ball? I'm comparing his shot to 7 foot Jesus.
Yes.
One of the ugliest shots you ever seen in your life.
Yeah. I would love to play Joakim. I've been waiting to play Joakim Noah. I've been waiting to play Joakim Noah.
You remember when I wanted to play him against New Orleans? I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Guy went out and played well.
Yeah. 3-8. I'm just gonna stop there.
See now if Gasol does miss, like Noah will go out there with Brook Lopez. Like Brook Lopez, I don't think is as good of a play if
Noah is the one guarding him. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna do it for the position by position breakdown. At this point, I'm gonna remind everybody, if you haven't already checked us out at whitestate.com, make sure you get over there, check everything out, see what it is we do. Join the nation. It is a movement that you want to be a part of. Cash just did the PGA stream. We have all sports packages available. We have PGA packages just available if you just want that. We got week passes, all that stuff. If you want to try out the NBA content, it's $2.50 to get you in for a day of NBA access. You won't get access to our Slack chat with any weekly or daily passes. You have to have a monthly membership, season pass, annual membership, something. Monthly membership or higher to get access to the Slack chat, which I recommend you get in down on. Guys, the whole nation be getting down on slates, man, breaking stuff down for all different kinds of sports. It's just an awesome thing, man. Make sure you get a part of it. But if you do want to try a day pass first, $2.50 gets you in for NBA. You get access to all the actual NBA content. That's the articles, the cheat sheets, the live stream we do 2 hours before lock, expert poll, all that stuff. Also, I think pretty soon we had a pretty good turnout for that last group coaching class session we did with Cash and Paulie. So we're probably going to strategize, try to get another one together. So be on the lookout. We'll announce it on the show. We'll announce it on Twitter, all that stuff. But we had a good turnout, so we'll probably try to do something like that again sometime soon, covering different topics. If you haven't checked out the first one, it's still up there for Sam, courtesy of your boy Cash. It's still up there. You can go check it out and watch the archive version. But be on the lookout. We'll announce it. We'll keep you guys posted. But we probably will do another one coming up soon here to address some topics. Cash, let's do some top threes, bro, and then we will get up out of here. Who are your top 3 point guards tomorrow?
7 foot Jesus, man. Both his big games against New Orleans, of course. Yeah. What you think? Like, what do you think his absolute ceiling in minutes is?
Noah?
Yeah.
Ceiling in minutes? Let's say 20. I'll be generous and say 25.
That's exactly what I was like.
That's all we need.
His absolute most minutes would be 25. Yeah. Yeah, man. I personally, I hope Gasol plays so I don't have to. I don't have to do it. Okay. Yeah. Point guards. Steph Curry. So Steph Curry for sure. Oh yeah, Elfrid Payton. Steph Curry, Elfrid Payton, and I will say, it's 3 guys here. I'll say Patrick Beverly.
I'm going to go with Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, and Elf. I will say that if Gasol does get ruled out, I will be very interested in Mike Conley at 7-6.
I'll be interested in a whole bunch
A
of
whole
Grizzlies.
bunch of Grizzlies, yes. And that's a scary ass proposition.
Damn right.
Shooting guards, Cash.
James Harden. Yes, sir. Donovan Mitchell. Yes, please. Like, I want to say Luca, but I don't know if DJ is going to miss again. If DJ misses, Luca. But I'll say this one depends for me too on if Napier's out. But D'Angelo Russell, I like both of those guys a lot.
I'm going to go with James Harden. I'm going to go with Drew Holiday. Drew right now is probably my favorite in tournaments. And I'll go with Klay Thompson at 6'5". Small forwards.
You wouldn't play Elf and Drew in the same lineup though, right?
Probably.
Or would you? Like,
maybe.
If you're going to complete game stack it, you could, but I don't think that both of them could. I don't think both of them would go off together.
Yeah, I probably would play one. Especially because if you're playing Drew, you're gonna want you might want a Steph Curry or something like that anyway. So it's that's a good question. I guess in a complete game stack, if you could pull that off, sure. But for the most part, I'm probably trying to pick one, hope that they're benefiting because Drew's been playing better because Elf is not getting that final stretch. So you know what I'm saying? I do agree
because
with
he gets to handle that. He gets to handle that.
Yes, yes. So I will agree with you there. Small forwards.
Big D won't make my top 3, but he will be very low owned if you want to get a piece of that action. Get you a piece. Get you a little chunk of that action. Mm-hmm. You're playing a lot of teams, but KD is number 1. Gerald Green is number 2, and I'm gonna say Jay Crowder over O'Neal. But both are good plays, especially if Ingles misses.
I'm with it. I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant number 1. Let's go with Omri Caspi number 2. And let's go with, oh man, I just had the asshole. What did I do? Oh yeah, Royce the 5'9", Mr. Royce O'Neal, number 3. Power forwards.
AD. JaMychal Green. Zach Collins.
We'll go with Anthony Davis as well. I guess I'll throw in a Kevon Looney, and let's go with Jay Crowder. Don't love this position, but but that's because I'm being blinded by AD. It's like every time I try to look for somebody else, my eyes go back up to AD. Centers, what you got here?
If you're game stacking New Orleans and Golden State on FanDuel, he hasn't shown upside in a very long time, but Jonas Jerebko, I think, should be a part of your complete game stack on FanDuel at 3-7 because the dude can get a 30 in 20 minutes. And this is a great matchup for him. He's still playing around 20 minutes a night. He just hasn't really done anything. But I'm telling you, if you're a complete game stack, he could be a drop scorer, but I would want Jonas Jerebko on my squad if I'm game stacking that thing up on FanDuel. Vooch, number 1. Gobert, number 2. And please, Jesus, don't let me play 7-foot Jesus tomorrow, but I'm putting him in the top 3.
Yeah, I need to retract something. Whoever I said third at power forward, that guy is out. I meant Derek Favors. Derek Favors is in. Whoever the hell I said over there.
Derek Favors on DK.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, on DK, yes. So fuck the last guy I said. It's Favors. Centers, I'm going to do a little backwards. Rudy Gobert number 1 for me because he's cheaper over here. And it's the Clippers. Vooch number 2. And then yes, 7-foot Jesus, a.k.a. Joakim Noah, the GOAT. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Please.
Let's do it.
Gasol, dude.
Gasol, just chill.
Miss this game.
Gasol, just don't listen to him.
No.
Don't listen to him. Just chill.
No.
Take a
Play
seat.
Gasol, please.
Just no, man.
Because I'm going to have so much Memphis, man. If Gasol don't play, man,
yeah.
I'm going to have so much
He's
Memphis.
He's going to have the stink hand
be...
tomorrow. He's going to have the stink hand. You know that? You know why? Because his hand is numb. He can't feel his hand. So when he wipes his ass, he won't be able to tell if the toilet paper is in his hand or not. He's going to be wiping his ass without toilet paper or not. No, he's going to have the dirty hand. He needs to sit, and we are going to get 7 for Jesus and all the other Memphis value plays, and we're going to be able to load up on Anthony Davis and game stack that I got it, bro. The Golden State game, it's all going to work out, man. Just trust in 7 for Jesus. Trust in 7 for Jesus. He's too lit for New York. Yo, this man is so lit that he had to go to Memphis and play for the Grizzlies because he was too lit for New York. You know what I mean? Trust in 7 for Jesus. That is going to do it for the Wise Take DFS podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell so you are notified whenever we go live. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet. If you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help us up those charts. Cash, anything in closing before we get up out of here?
Marcus Gasol, please play.
For CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.